drifts back to events past, and to triumphs well-deserved indeed. A fortified camp secluded and guarded from the entire coast, and it is naught but easy pickings before your guile. All manner of bandit and brigand move about here, but you may as well be invisible amongst them. Your recollections are interrupted by a powerful gust of wind, lifting you high above the camp and woods both. Your arc crests in the high morning sun, and for a moment you are as a bird, free from your duties to those below. With unseen hands, the earth reasserts her hold on you, and suddenly you feel less like a sparrow and more like a catapult stone. Without impact or fanfare, the ground accepts your passage and does not strike back. In a moment, all is black, and for all you know, you have descended to the very core of the world. The rock around you illuminates, and a cavern slowly takes shape. Though you can see no more than a few steps ahead or behind, stumbling forward, you find yourself face to face with yourself. Before you is a likeness in stone exact to the smallest detail. A voice in the darkness accuses you, even as it seems amused. Such pride undeserved, great predator, when your whole being is borrowed. Credit where it is due, and dues where payment is demanded. A dagger of bone flies from the blackness and strikes the statue square. It cracks slightly, but the pain you feel is as though you were rent asunder. You were made as you are, taunts the voice, and you can also be broken. You fall backward into the void, and do not come to rest until morning wakes you.
Welcome back, Hordlings, to more Baldur's Gate. The cursed ring of slight monsterism, the Iron Thorn. This wrought iron band is pitted and stained as if by acid. Between the two thorns formed by a band, a crude lump of silver on its head suggests the image of a skull against a black field, perhaps the symbol of Miracle, Lord of Bones. Changes the wearer's appearance to that of a zombie, gives them -4 charisma, and is cursed like a sumbitch. I went ahead and equipped the Gauntlets of Weapon Expertise. Highly sought after among novice warriors, these items were once property of the royal family of Thrushkill. Imparting a portion of the prince's legendary skill, these gauntlets grant the bearer mastery over all forms of weapons. The majority of their previous owners seem to have come bloody ends though. The gloves grant the ability of experience, but not wisdom. But it gives us +1 Thaco and an extra 2 to damage, which is good. Replacing the archery. Braces of archery, good. +2 Thaco with the weapons, but I think it's more important that we get the damage and the Thaco with the swords because we're going to be doing a lot of backstabbing and melee combat. I also went back and I got this bow off a body. I did it off camera because I'd forgotten that they dropped this, but this is the Deadshot longbow. +3 Thaco, +2 damage. So it's got one more to hit than the +1 longbow. But for all intents and purposes, it counts as a +2 bow. And I think we'll take it over the composite. The Deadshot, driven by years of rivalry, the Dukes of Spandilion and Delfinto decided to organize a private contest that would proclaim the better archer between them. Both boasted the power of their magical bows, but that wasn't enough for Edwald d'Est, Duke of Spandilion. He arranged for the theft of the opponent's bow, and on the day of the contest he couldn't help gloat in his advantage. The Duke of Delfinto, known only as Raymond, demanded a demonstration of Edwald's skill on a scarecrow that he had placed. Edwald d'Est drew his longbow and released an arrow with determination, not stopping to think how uncannily the target resembled himself. The missile split, the large voodoo doll's head in twain, and at that moment Edwall's head did much the same. It's kind of fucked up. So anyways, I identified all that stuff myself, obviously. Blindness is a great spell. We also have Spell Thrust now. When this spell is cast at a target, it'll dispel all spell protections, 5th level and lower, affecting it. This includes the following spells: Deflection. So we should cast Deflection on ourselves and Spell Thrust on any other mages. Still haven't gone back in to Baragost and took care of the Phoenix Guard of the Flame.
Just like Nagasaki.
But I will before the game is over, I promise. Now let's go sell some of this extra shit. Then we're going to be heading to Larswood, east of Larswood, actually. Tempted to sell the other wands. That does Column of Ice. Might as well sell these scalps first to Captain Vai.
Just like Nagasaki.
Captain Vi might have left and went somewhere else.
I need a swig of some strong dwarven ale.
There she is, Officer Vi. She got the redhead. She's the ginger.
Lowen soap you good. Taksan balls. Skoshi peanuts.
So we'll go ahead and sell that stuff. Dale Protectors. I'm gonna get rid of them. Should be good enough for now.
Just like Nagasaki.
Just like a Nagasaki. guess I could have just went east instead of all the way up here, like I had to go up the fucking path. That was dumb, Kai.
탁산 balls! 스코시 peanuts!
See you, punk-ass wolf.
Just like Nagasaki.
Nighttime. That's what I'm supposed to be able to hide. Some Tasloy. Let's talk a little bit about the Tasloy, shall we? Tasloy are a fictional humanoid race of jungle dwellers. The race is thought to be thousands of years old, very quick and nimble between trees. Tasloy are easily dazzled in bright sunlight, preferring to stay below jungle canopy. Despite this, Tasloy do possess low light vision. They speak their own language of Tasloy, but may also speak Common or Sylvan. They're usually chaotic, evil little bastards. They first appeared in the first edition adventure module Dwellers of the Forbidden City in 1981, and reprinted in the original Monster Manual in 1983. The Tasloy appear in the second edition of the Monstrous Compendium Volume 2, 1989, and reprinted in the Monstrous Manual in 1993. A Tasloy appeared in 3rd edition Oriental Adventures 2001, and as a player character race for the Forgotten Realms setting, Shining South. Tasloy are 3 feet tall with gold cat-like eyes. Their green skin is thinly covered in coarse black hair. They have stooped, crouching posture, and their knuckles drag the ground when they walk. Tasloy live in small groups consisting of several families. Their lairs are usually a series of large trees interconnected by vines and ropes constructed on platforms high in a jungle canopy. On ground and below the platforms, they sometimes raise dire rats or spiders, eaters as beasts
Fear
of
my
burden.
wrath, for it is great indeed.
Uh-oh, this guy wants to fuck with Low Wing. It is so sad you've met this fine day. Normally we would be quite ecstatic to have visitors, but in troubled times we really do desire privacy. We can't afford to have anyone knowing that we're here. That's why you must die. Oh, please, don't kill us. We don't want to die. Sorry, but the Red Wizards of Thay are not known for their magnanimous nature. We're gonna have to kill you. Well then, say hello to my little friend. You no mess with Lo Wang. Lo Wang fuck you up pretty good. Electrical resistance, cold resistance, fire resistance. And what does that? That's a ring of energy. Yeah. Well, that'll teach those cocksuckers to fuck with Lo Wang. Now, what was I saying about Tasloy? On the ground below the platforms, they sometimes raise dire rats or spider eaters as beasts, burdens, mounts. The village does not have any spider eaters. These beasts are reserved as steeds for the most powerful Tasloy in the settlement. Tasloy normally attack above, dropping. What's this? Huge spider? Dropping from tree tops on unwary opponents. If they do manage to gain surprise, they use nets to ensnare adversaries, otherwise attacking with their short swords and javelins. Slow poison. Always using hit and run tactics in order to wear down tough foes, they thus avoid any stand-up fights. Tasloy always try to abscond with the body, saving food for the group. And that's what we know about Tasloy. Definitely a lot easier to hide at night.
You are weak as a baby fart. Go live in fear.
Need about 6,000 before we level with our mage. Not too far off. That's an utter cap. He's gonna get
Low and soap you good. wang so pure good.
Holy shit with the fucking poison. Are you fucking kidding me?
Lo wang so pure good. Just like Nagasaki.
Oh shit.
Lo wang so pure good.
Jesus. Fuck those spiders.
Just like Nagasaki.
Little web traps all over the place.
What you want?
Natasla has stolen my scroll of wisdom, Wanderer, and fled eastward toward the Atacap's lair. The poor Tasla is probably quite dead by now, but the Atacaps, of course, will not recognize the scroll's value. If you could retrieve it for me, I promise to brighten your karma. Ah, my scroll, take it with you, Wanderer. It will increase your karmic essence. Okay, I will take it with me.
You are weak as a baby fart. Go live in fear.
That should more or less completely demoralize them if I come up behind them and attack them. Because they just watch one of their friends explode into different body parts. It was like 4th of July, but with Tasloid body parts. Anyways, that's it for this little area. I'm going to go back to Baragost yet again. Sell our shit. I'm gonna sell these 3 robes, and then we're gonna be heading back out to the wilderness, like Lo Wang Do.
Tucson balls! Squishy peanuts!
Nobody
Just
home,
like Nagasaki.
Nobody home. Nobody home. Nobody home. See you soon.